Oos. I reckon we're on here. I reckon it's gonna be good. G'day, how are you there? Diesel here for Getting Around Oz, camper, trailer, travelling, and thanks for joining us for this video. We're just currently airing down now. We're about to hit some tracks here, about to have some fun. So I've got Hurley out here with myself. We've got an overnighter coming up. We're actually going to camp on the beach in winter. And we've also got a little side objective here. We're actually going to see what it's like if you were to go camping with a portable power station. Other than the lights, everything else is going to run off this portable power station we've got here. We'll tell you about that tomorrow once we've had a bit of a go of it. Now, if you haven't already, hit the like button, get behind us, and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and let us know in the comments what you think of this video, and grab yourself a coldie, as I'll be doing very soon. Hope you enjoy it. Okay, so it's time to air down now, and we've got these Outback Sapphire tide deflators, which you've seen before. These are currently set to 20 psi, super easy to put on. Alrighty, we're all set up, and this spot here is absolutely bloody fantastic. What do you reckon, Hurley?
Yeah.
What are you doing there, Muscles?
With my muscle hand.
Good job. Alright, so Hurley's getting the fire there ready. So, this one here, I'm not going to tell you, unfortunately, and it feels a bit rough to tell you that, but I've got to keep some of these sneaky spots to myself. Sorry if it feels like I'm yelling at you, but the ocean is right here. Look at that. Flat as. Absolutely beautiful. So weather here at the moment, some nice easterlies blowing. Very gentle. And that's us here. So I've had Hurley digging a hole here, which is where we're going to put the fire. And we're going to cook on the fire tonight.
Cook marshmallows.
Yeah, I reckon we can cook some marshmallows. Got it? Oos. Couple of deck chairs there, got the swag on the stretcher. I'll tell you what, a swag without a stretcher is a different experience than with one, that's for sure. Got the mat down. There was a heap of glass here which really annoyed me. I won't rant on screen, but it's just a shame you can't have somebody or use some bare feet around here. And I don't know, all this, nothing but sand here. How was it broken glass? Anyway, I said I wouldn't do it. This awning here is from Outback Sapphire. So previously you've seen me use their 180 awning, which was really good. I've been lucky enough to get a hold of their 270 XL. I forget the name of it. I'll chuck it up on screen, and if you're after a very good awning and looking to support a WA company, a company that's really family owned, get behind them. I'll chuck a link in the description. There's a 10% off discount you can get off awnings and tire deflators, which the ones I've used are fantastic. This is, we did use this awning on the trip you're about to see, but I'll do a review on this one somewhere, well, when I get round to it in the near future. Couple of guy ropes here, one here, just a couple of legs. So I like the open space here, so it's actually nice to have the option to put the legs out or not. Guy ropes down in case we get some wind that we're not expecting. The beauty of the bloody Set 270 XL is I've got coverage around the back here, and the way I'll set up here is because the easterlies are coming from behind me and going towards the ocean. This is how I'm set up. So that's us over there. How was that view? Bloody beautiful. And got the straps here for the awning on both sides, on the front and the back there. And that way when I'm on the back here, I've got a bit of wind protection as well. And that's what it looks like. Got a bag of firewood here. What do you got there, mate?
I don't know. I'm trying to chop it.
It's a bit of cardboard though. Yeah, I reckon you could break that in half. And access to the beach. Right there. So that's us there. How good is this? Anyway, I'll grab myself a drink here, and I reckon I'll chuck the drone up here and I'll give you a bit of a geeze. Wow, how incredible is that? Give you the last look at it. I had to take a moment here for myself. I thought, you know what, I could keep filming, but I actually want to enjoy this myself. And geez, I can't remember a sunset that cool, to be honest with you. I'm pretty blown away. Times like these where I guess you get a bit of perspective, and suddenly all these other bits and pieces going on in the world don't really bloody matter, that's for sure. So I reckon, or actually before we do that, do what I was actually thinking about doing, which was starting a fire. This trip we're doing something a bit different. I'm going to tell you a bit more about it tomorrow, but we got this power station from BLUETTI. It's the Elite 100 V2 or version 2. So at the moment I've got the fridge running off it, charging the drone, the phone, the GoPro, drone batteries, the specs and all the bits and pieces. I'll tell you about it tomorrow, but I guess it was a chance to see if, or what camping is like with a power station. So the only bit of power I'm going to be using off the car is the lights. Other than that, everything else has been run off the BLUETTI portable power station. I'm actually, because if I run it flat, I can just recharge it off the 12 volt system I got in the car. I'm going to be using the inverter, the air fryer. I was going to say the power cooker for some reason. I'm going to be using the air fryer to cook Hurley's dinner. While I'm cooking mine on the fire, I'm still going to use the air fryer and connect it up to the BLUETTI power station, because this has AC power socket. So see there, I'm actually running the 240 volt socket off this one here. Heaps of charges, and it's got a bugger that. I'll tell you about it tomorrow. If you're camping, and I was actually having a conversation with a guy at work. I said, if you're going camping, all you really need or would want to have, if you're camping at the beach or anywhere else, is you just need a capable car to get to where you want to get to. You need something to sleep in. Got the swag. Something to sit in. Got deck chairs. You don't need them, but it helps. And Other than that, you know, clothes obviously, and something to eat. But a fridge, I reckon, is the only other thing you really would need or would want to have a good experience camping, I think. Charging phones, tablets, those types of things are things you might want to do if you want to watch a movie at night or whatever. We don't do that ourselves. We'd probably watch footy or cricket if it's that time of night there, but I'm obviously got a few more things charging off this than what the average person would do, but yeah, we'll see. The fridge is probably a bit bigger than most people would use. Like if you're a basic camper and you don't want to fit your car out, will this do the job? Who knows? We'll find out tomorrow. When it's a sandy area or when it's possible, I actually like to dig a hole, have the fire in the hole. That way the next day I can just cover it over and keeps it all underground. That's just my thing. We've got the portable fire pit here as well. I'm actually going to try and use that, or the top of that, to cook over it anyway. So Hurley's done a pretty good job here. I've just got to cut up some firewood now, get back to my drink, get some food for Hurley, because then once I've got him sorted out and I've got the fire going, he'll be good, and then I can take it a bit easier, and then I can actually bloody relax myself.
I have to put on my jumper early.
There we go, it's full brightness. So
Dad, do you remember how we saw that smoke?
yeah.
Well, it's travelled all the way to there.
Far out. Where do you reckon it's going to go? To Japan?
Maybe to China.
China? Yeah. Alright, so do you want to cook some dinner first or light the fire first?
Like the fire, then dinner.
Fire that first, then dinner? Alright. So, what we need is, I've got some fire lighters here, mate. Well, that's heaps. You can go with that if you like, though. That's alright. So remember, you got to break it into little bits. Yep, perfect. Do you remember how to light a fire? It's been a little while, hasn't it? So what we're going to do is, so grab these first. Another one. Try and drop it right down in there.
Through there?
Yeah, just light it and just drop it anywhere in there. Alright, perfect. Little speak bit. I'll drop it down in the middle there.
Through there?
Yep. Got him. It's alright. You'll have enough time to drop it without burning yourself. Okay, so Hurley's food is up now. I'm going to work out which camera to look at here. Actually, you know what, I'll do it like this. That works, yep. Look at that. For the kids, does it get any better? You wrap your laughing gear around that?
Yeah.
You happy with that? I'm going to try and make this quick because I don't want the white light on here. It's down to 46%. The air fryer, I actually checked it out, it's a 1500 watt, which hence it would, you know, it's running just shy of 1500 watts that whole time. So it actually ran for about 22 minutes all up and a 46%. But considering I'm not going to be using anything with, you know, that sort of power, we should get comfortably through tomorrow with a bit as well. But the fridge, when it is running, maybe runs around 5 amps at most. Most electronics are actually charged now as well, so I won't have to play around with those too much more. But now it's actually time for me to get my dinner organised, so have a look at this. How good, eh?
Really good.
Fire is cranking, isn't it? So I got there, you go, I get your food just next to you. Good. What we're going to use there we go, that'll do it I reckon. So, welcome to the first segment of Diesel's Dishing It Up. So, this is an episode that I'm doing for a bit of fun. Let me know in the comments what you think. Any suggestions or anything you want to see, let us know. I'll try and make it happen. This is something that I did start doing on the trip, which you're going to start seeing from this Saturday. So tonight, I'm cooking on the fire. So this is a first for me to do this type of thing. Tonight we've got pork belly strips, which are these ones here. I'm going to season these with, it's called Barbecue 101. It's that one there. This is recommended from Troy at Troy's Meats in Balcatta for white meats. I had it before and it's absolutely delicious. So I've got a spud here. I'm actually going to shallow fry some chips in a pan, so I'm going to have 2 pans on the go. Definitely finding a good white meat seasoning is the go. Zach was devo when I told him I was doing these for camping, because it's our little treat. So I'll put that to the side. Potato peel, I actually stole this from the kitchen at home, so there's going to be a point I reckon when Edith's going to realise it's not there, but she'll know exactly where it's gone. That's where I need a bloody chopping board. I actually completely forgot to grab one. So my plan is to keep them small or thin. I don't want them too thick, because cook them like this, in my experience, I've done this once before at home, because I'm not boiling them, they're not going to get soft enough to be able to cook all the way through. So I reckon that'll be big enough. So that, in regards to the preparation, that's pretty much it. Now it's time to get over there. I'm going to grab one of these pans. I'm going to put some vegetable oil. I'm going to shallow fry it. Right, so that's calmed down a bit now. So that's a smaller pan. So I reckon that's heat up right now. Yep. A bit of a close-up look. So they're crisping up quite nicely. Enough room there for the other pan, I reckon. I just need to make sure I've got a good spread of firewood to make sure the heat's good. Right, bit of an update. The chips were cooking a bit fast, and I pulled up a seat here to just catch up on the footy score, and definitely cooking way faster than I predicted. So I'll just let those have a bit of a calm over there. Got a couple of bits of wood there to keep it off the ground. These on here. Right, so I just gave the pork a turn here before, and it's about time I reckon to get the chips back on. Yeah, they're coming all right, so I reckon get those back in here. They haven't completely cooked themselves, which is nice, so they have gone a bit soft, but hopefully I can give those a bit of a charge up, and they'll crisp up and they'll be nice. I reckon we're on here. I reckon it's gonna be good. All right, so we're done now. Chips come on there, right? I reckon they've just crisped up a little bit. We'll see how they go. But I got a bit of paper towel here to help them drip dry a little bit. Actually, they seem to be really crunchy, which is exactly what I want. Let them sit for a moment, let them dry a little bit. They're definitely crunchy, which is fantastic. So it's actually going to be really nice to get the fire going now, and these come out well. They actually cook really quick, so I guess the fire was quite warm. Look at that. Beautiful. Bit of aioli here on the side for this. Try one here. Oh yeah. I'm going to sit down and enjoy this now, and I'll tell you more about it in the morning, but it looks to me like it came up pretty well. That was a cool experience. It's the first of. But let me know in the comments what you thought, and yeah, I'd love to do some more of this, that's for sure. That was a bit of fun and managed to pull it off, which is quite nice. So we'll talk in the morning. Oh, you reckon there's plenty of path?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I saw it.
Don't reckon it'll be too soft for a car? Oh, yes. Well, good morning. The dinner last night was absolutely beautiful. I absolutely loved it. Sleep-wise, bit of a rough one. Yeah, Hurley had a bit of a rough sleep, which meant I did, but that's all right. He's always up, you know, super early, like 5:30. He's like, sun's coming up, Dad, let's go. Yeah, it wasn't going. Yeah, it was a bit early, wasn't it?
Not 5:30, it was like 5:51.
What was it?
5:51.
5:51, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, very early. Oh, we just had a bit of a bite to eat this morning. Everything's held up well. The swag in the cold. If you, in case you're wondering about, you know, winter camping and it being cold, remembering got down to maybe around 5 degrees here. Once you're in the swag and the swag is closed up, it's not that cold in there. Obviously, once you get a bit of hot air circulating around there, I just use the same doona that we use at home, to be honest with you, and we weren't cold at all. It was only when you had to get up to go to the toilet during the night that you actually felt it. Alright, so he's turned on. You can see in there. It's 22. Got the little blue light there for the AC, which is on. And that is using 800 watts. And it's at 20%. And it's saying down here, it's got about 20 minutes worth if we're using it for that long. So you can see there, just from what I've been doing so far, so using the fridge, 5 amps is around 100 watts. Come and go, so it's a fridge and a freezer. It's a 75 litre, so it's probably bigger than most would use for this sort of stuff. Use the air fryer, which is a 1500 watt air fryer. I think that ran for 20 minutes. I can't remember exactly. I'll have to chuck it up on screen how much it used. I think it was it 20, 30 or 40% of the battery, but again, most people aren't going to take an air fryer camping, but if you are, you can do that. So this was running the fridge since yesterday afternoon, or around lunchtime yesterday. And what time's it here now? Where's my bloody phone? So it's 10 o'clock now, so this power station could definitely power your camping adventure, so to speak. So if you're looking to go for an overnighter, no worries at all. It definitely would do that without too many problems. And obviously the toast is sucking a bit out of it now, but so I'll just give you a look at Hurley down here. He's loving it. On our last, well, on the trip we did to the Logbrook Dam, that was when he actually learnt to cast. So Zach actually got in and gave me a hand with it. There he is down here battling away, so that's us there. Nice little walkway here. So that'll keep him busy for the moment. If you're wondering how I found this spot, I got on Google Earth. Jump on Google Earth because it shows you all the different types of terrain and those types of things. And just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, looking to see where tracks... more seaweed. So basically, scrolling and looking for tracks and working out where the tracks go and where you can get in, where you can get out. Looking for clearings. What those clearings are like, it's anyone's guess, but the way I see it, if there's a clearing, that's an opportunity. And if the tracks in, you know, aren't too bad, I mean, you kind of can get a rough idea, but you just got to get in and have a crack, to be honest with you, and explore a bit. And that's what, you know, that's what it was for me. And I found a couple of places like that myself along the coastline here, north of Perth. So there's no reason you can't do it, whether you're north, south, or in the eastern states or whatever. Jump on Google Earth, and I guess it'll also be used in I was actually talking to someone I know about a little bush camp spot. He told me there's like a road there. It's pretty hard to describe, you know, you look through a clearing and trees, whatever. So I jumped on Google Earth, scrolling, looking at this road and just trying to follow through what it might look like from the sky, from the satellite. But so that's where we had the fire last night. That's all covered over. I don't know, I guess I just feel a bit better about it, knowing that, yeah, I've had a fire, but I haven't left a big bloody mess and a big pile of coals everywhere. So dig the hole up, actually had the fire in there. Most of the coals burn off overnight anyway and sand over it, and you know, it's pretty much the same way that I found it in, which I reckon everyone should bloody do. Okay, so now it's time to tell you a bit about this one here, and I've got to say I'm actually impressed with this one, to be honest with you. I kind of didn't know what to expect. I haven't used BLUETTI's gear in a while. I had a EB3A a couple of years ago. That was pretty good, but it was pretty small and not quite big enough for what I needed. But as you can see in this trip, this is something that I can use, and I feel like a lot of people could use it and would definitely have a need for it, that's for sure. This one is quite small, smaller than I thought it would be, that's for sure. The old one, I think it was the AC180, which is the previous version of this, if you like, was much bigger. You can see here, this one here it's super small. You've got the carry handle at the top here, so it is easy to carry around. Weight wise, I'll chuck him on the screen. There is a little bit of weight to it, but that's understandable considering what this thing has got in it. Now battery wise is 1024 watt hours, which by memory is around 85 amp hours. Now this does have a pure sine wave inverter as well, so it is an 1800 watt inverter, which would likely power most appliances you would need, I would have thought. For us, the 1500 watt air fryer is the maximum we go to for camping. And we've got the two sockets on the front here, which would satisfy any needs you have. It does also have a power lifting setting, which means you can sort of run a device that's probably going to push the limits of this thing as well. Now this one does charge really fast. Plug it into the 240 socket at home. I think it was just around an hour and a half from 0 to 100, so I did run it dead to see how long it would take. That's much faster than any unit I've used in the past. Normally you probably get 2.5 or something like that. Ports on this thing, they're everywhere. This one here is for solar, which I don't have at this point. 6 socket there if that's what you need. And these ones here if you need to plug it into the car to charge off the car. We got the 2 USB-A ports on the front here, which are 15 watts. On the right side, we've got the USB-C, which is 100 watts. And on the left side there, we've got a USB-C that's 140 watts. Now, I was pretty curious to see what that was like, and remember, if you're charging stuff, it is limited by the type of cable you use, but also the device's capabilities. Not everything will charge that fast. But I used the GoPro on here, for example, last night, and it charged super quick. And as I touched on before, this is a lithium battery, so it's rated to last 10 years. Now, some new features for this one here. We've got low battery warning. So basically, and this happened this morning actually, if it gets down to 20%, this thing, or basically the app will give you alerts to let you know that it is getting low. And conversely, the other way, it'll actually let you know when it's fully charged. It does have custom charging modes, so depending on what type of electrical setup you have in your house, you can set this to charge slower, a little bit faster, or fastest. In regards to the UPS or uninterrupted power source, there's actually a couple of settings you can use on this one. 10 milliseconds is what you'll get. So effectively what that means, if you're using this to run a fridge at home, you have a power out, this thing here will keep the power going, so you won't actually have a surge in device, which is a good thing, because big sucks for power is a good way to blow up your gear. Now, if you're looking to pick up one of these yourself, from the 1st of July to the 11th of July, you can grab one of these for $9.99. You can also grab an extra 5% discount if you use our discount code of GAA 5%. There is an app to use for this one as well if you want. It was actually fairly simple to set up. I have used apps with other companies, and I can tell you they can be a bit of a prick to set up and quite frustrating, to be honest with you. This one was super easy. $1,000 is a fairly good option, I think, versus spending a couple of thousand at the very least to get in a battery, an inverter, a DC-DC charger to charge all your gear up, and then you got all your cabling and that sort of stuff there as well. So if you don't want to pull everything apart and do all the stuff around that I've done, chuck one of these on the floor on the back seat of the car is what we did. Alrighty, so we're all done now. Actually had a change of plans. Pretty stuffed after the backup, to be honest with you, and we're gonna grab some lunch around here somewhere now and just aired up. The air compressor and everything worked out without any problems on all the 4 tyres. I was actually able to air up in the time it took a couple other guys to air down. So yeah, happy with how that's going. But it was a bit of fun, and tell you what, that sunset last night, that was a cracker, wasn't it? So if you like what we do and want to see more of it, hit the subscribe button and get on board. But let us know in the comments, yeah, what you thought, and if you'd like to see more of this stuff. And if it's your first time, thanks for checking us out. We'll catch the next one. Hooroo.